You might as well call this Code Geass Zero. Seriously, because Slain reminds me of Lelouch. He's so very similar to Lelouch. I used to love Lelouch from Code Geass, but our hero ends up becoming in my opinion, he becomes like a villain, and I start to hate his guts. Another great series, we have Death Note, Light Yagami. He starts out as the hero, and then we hate his guts by the end. Slain, I loved him in the beginning of season 1, but now I despise his guts. I really don't like Slain. Now this episode really has some interesting things. First of all, the princess has now regained full consciousness of herself. We know that already, but she's now learned the truth of what's going on with Slain and the whole world and the war. And her sister points a gun at her face. Yo, when I saw that, I really thought that she was gonna get shot again. Like, I was like, oh my god, the second time. But no, her sister let her live and actually explained to her the truth as to what's going on. And the little twist when the fake princess was talking to Slain towards the end, I thought that was the fake princess, and I'm like, okay, Slain is having a conversation with her. Which, by the way, Slain said that the Terrans the humans were trash. Us Earthlings were trash. I'm not sure if he meant that or if he only said that because he was speaking to the fake princess, but to his surprise, that was the real princess. And then the real princess said, "You're not the same person I used to know." And that was one of Slain's fears. In a few episodes back, he did say, like, I'm worried, will the princess even recognize me or think that I've changed? And yes, she did think that you've changed, that you're an asshole, you're a monster. You're a monster, Slain. So the princess does not like him. But then the other twist was the princess grabbed the gun and was pointing it at Slain. Now I knew from that moment, because knowing the princess, there is no way she will kill someone. No way she will fire that gun at Slain. Of course she didn't. And Slain, to my surprise, decides to lock her up and her sister. He's gonna lock them up, and he's like, well, they're never gonna understand what he's trying to do. But he wants to lock them up like birds in a cage because they are beautiful. So he has no problems taking away their rights and pretty much their freedom. Just as long as he keeps them alive in a cage and he can look at them, then he's happy with that. So Slain, freaking I hate you. Now that cliffhanger at the end, we see Count Cruhteo. But not Count Cruhteo, not Papa Cruhteo, but Junior Cruhteo. So Count Cruhteo is one of my favorite characters, and he was killed off in episode 8 of season 1. And I really hate the way he was killed off, because once he found out, he's one of the few counts who's actually loyal to the royal family, to the princess. And the moment he found out the truth, he was ready to fight and get revenge, but then he got killed off. I hate the way he got killed off, like, ready my weapon, ready my robot. And then he got killed off. I hate that. But anyways, his son is alive and was introduced in the cliffhanger of this episode. Now, I don't know exactly if his son is gonna try to follow Papa Cruhteo's wishes, and if his son even knows what's really going on. Does he know that the real princess is alive? He looks very young and inexperienced, so it's gonna be, I'm definitely curious to see him. I didn't see him in the opening or anything like that, but I am excited because there's only a few episodes left for this series. I do predict though that he's gonna somehow find out what's really going on, and then he's gonna kill Slain. Oh well, no, he wouldn't kill Slain. Oh, there will be sweet revenge if he did. He's definitely gonna mess it up for Slain, where Slain is gonna be forced to, I don't know, to do something crazy. Now Slain did say, I'm not longer like a Martian, a verse. Like, I'm not longer a citizen. So it seems like this whole process of taking over, creating a new world, it's really starting to unfold. It's not gonna be Earthlings like Terrans. It's not gonna be verse Martians. It's gonna be a completely different type of humanity that he's creating. So that was very interesting to see. Also, it's been 2 years. We find out in this episode, 2 years. This whole war, or what's that last episode? This episode, right? 2 years. This whole war has been going on for 2 years. That's crazy. 2 years since the death, or the first death of Princess Asylum at the cliffhanger of season 1. So that's crazy. And I think the next 2 days we're gonna get to see this whole war. Pretty much the rest of the season, I feel, is gonna take place in 2 days. Now the generals for the Earthlings. They're using our friends like they're freaking dogs or something. Like they're expendable, and they're gonna send them beyond the moon base, beyond the shattered moon base, to attack the Martian base. Like even maybe perhaps even attack Mars itself. I'm not sure, but it seems like we're gonna retaliate. We're not just gonna be on the defensive, we're finally gonna be on the offensive and attack. So it's gonna be crazy finale. Now, I also want to say it was really interesting, but at the same time kind of a little quick as to how in this episode they handled the enemy. All three of the enemies were destroyed, and there seemed like a tough pair of people, but they still got destroyed. Inaho, you're like a living, I don't know, like computer or an iPhone. You're like living something. I don't know who you're not human, dude. You're insane. If it's not for you, the Earth will be screwed. Seriously, not if it wasn't for you. But we do know that that his left eye, as it was mentioned a few episodes back, if you keep expanding it, it's gonna definitely affect the brain. And it seems like Inaho is on a time clock. Eventually, I feel like at the end of the season, he's gonna die. He's gonna save the world. He's gonna kill Slane and everything. That's what I feel. But then he is going to die, because how can I will bet money on it that he's gonna die somehow. If it's not for the left eye, I mean, he has it coming, you know? He's definitely going to die. But if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below, or if you agree with my theories of what's gonna happen at the finale or the next few episodes. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this episode. Obviously, Aldnoah Zero is not at the same level as Death Note and Code Geass, because those two shows are just at their own level. 11 out of 10. They have their own genre. But this show is definitely very good, especially the music, and then the story has been definitely, I've enjoyed it. I know people didn't like it in the beginning of the season 2. People were questioning like, this is BS, these writers are getting lazy, blah blah blah. But I think it's gotten better. In particular, the recent episodes were really good. This one wasn't as good, but definitely that twist at the end of the princess, and now we know she's gonna be captured, she's gonna be put in a cage. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and give me a thumbs up. Why not? Hey. Oh my god. Oh, that ending, dude. My heart is still racing from what just happened. That scene when Shimada stabbed the pucks and all you hear is the music.